The classroom was bright, filled with laughter and chatter, the kind of place parents felt safe leaving their children every morning. On the surface, she was the perfect teacher, warm, dedicated, admired by students and respected by colleagues. But behind the smile, behind the lesson plans and cheerful bulletin boards, she was hiding a double life. A life filled with secrets, lies, and choices that would eventually lead to a brutal murder no one saw coming. And when the truth surfaced, it didn't just shock her small community. It left investigators questioning how far someone could go to keep their darkest secrets hidden. First, nothing seemed wrong. She was a role model, staying late to help struggling students, volunteering at school events, even dropping by parents' homes to check on kids who fell behind. But while the world saw kindness, something else was brewing beneath the surface. Her phone records revealed late-night messages to people no one in her life seemed to know. Hidden bank accounts, trips that couldn't be explained, and the most shocking of all, a relationship she fought desperately to keep secret. It wasn't with another teacher, not with a parent, but with someone dangerous, someone with a past filled with violence. The first sign of trouble came on an ordinary Tuesday. She didn't show up for class. Her car sat in the school parking lot, door unlocked, her bag still inside. Her phone was gone. At first, colleagues assumed she'd fallen ill or had some emergency. But hours passed and she never returned. By evening, police were combing through her home. That's when they noticed something chilling. Her laptop had been wiped clean just the night before. Entire hard drives erased. Bank statements missing. And tucked under a stack of papers was a handwritten note that simply read, "If anyone finds this, I'm sorry. But sorry for what?" Detectives retraced her final days and quickly discovered her carefully constructed life wasn't what it seemed. She was leading two very different existences. One as the beloved teacher everyone admired, the other as someone entangled in an affair with a man who was already on parole for assault. He was the last person to see her alive. But when questioned, he had an alibi, an airtight one. He claimed they hadn't spoken in days, showing phone logs that seemed to prove it. Yet, investigators noticed something strange. His messages to her were deleted, but hers to him weren't. Someone had gone out of their way to erase part of the story. And then, the break. Her body was found 2 counties away, buried shallow in the woods. She was still wearing her school ID lanyard. The brutality of the crime shocked even seasoned investigators. But what stood out most wasn't the violence, it was the forensic evidence. On her clothes, mixed with traces of her own blood, was DNA from 2 different men. Neither belonged to the boyfriend. The case twisted again. Who were these men? And why did she hide her double life so carefully that even her closest friends knew nothing? The discovery led investigators into the darker corners of her past. Secret meetings, hidden debts, and connections to people with criminal records that stretched far beyond her small town. It was becoming clear. She wasn't just leading a double life. She was living a dangerous one. As investigators pulled at the threads, a new picture began to emerge. The note she left behind wasn't a farewell. It was a warning. She had known she was in danger. She had tried to cover her tracks, wiping computers, erasing calls, hiding names. But someone was always one step ahead. And now she was gone. The investigation is still tangled in contradictions. Was her boyfriend the violent man everyone suspected? Or was someone else, someone even closer, responsible for her murder? The shocking double life of a woman who appeared to have it all had unraveled into lies, affairs, debts, and danger. And the chilling question remains, who silenced her before her secrets silenced them? Because the truth about what happened to her that night is a truth still waiting to be uncovered.